Hi, this is Dr. Sardone. Good afternoon, everyone. So this video is to show you how to set up a Google site if you haven't created your own personal website before. So of course you need a Google account. I'm assuming since you are in this course that you've already, and at this point of watching this video, that you've already done so. So once you have set up your Google site, or your Google account, you're going to go to Sites and then start a new website by clicking blank. And we just go ahead and follow the directions really. So your page title, I'm asking EDC for you to write in EDC5158, instructional technology. Portfolio, and then we'll write summer 2023, and then your name. All right. It's important that you follow, that you create consistency with your font style, your font color, font size, etc. So notice that this has mixed font size, style, and orientation. You can go over here to themes. Let me just point that out. And you could use a simple theme if you want, and maybe a different color. You can use Aristotle. Again, it comes up with different colors. Notice there's a background image, diplomat, background image, again, different colors, etc. I'm going to stick with simple and maybe I don't even know, how about a black background, right? But nonetheless, what I need to do is to fix this font and in terms of color, style, consistency. So I'm going to go with let's say a Lato, normal. I'm going to center the alignment, and I'm going to change the size to roughly a 24. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Untitled site up here. I'm going to go ahead and actually just type my name. And so I ask you to do the same, and it will add it here. Okay. Add it up here in the left corner. The other thing that we want to do is to click on, click on the little, I don't know, the little wheel, and determine how you want the pages to be oriented. So you can go straight across the top if you want, horizontal across the top, or you could go vertical down the side. I'm going to choose vertical down the side. And I'll explain what that's going to look like in a second. So it looks like we have our home page created. Let's go to Insert. No, wrong. Sorry. Pages. And we see the big circle with a plus sign in it. We're going to go ahead and click that. And the new page that we're going to add is instructional technology, inclusion, and the future of technology. And click done. So notice we're now on a second page. And if you click on, notice now there's three, called a hamburger, I don't know, 3 lines next to my name. Notice it's homepage and instructional technology, exactly the page that we just wrote. Again, it's important to control the font. So I had said Lato, normal, I forget what I said, what did I say, 30, maybe 24, let's 24. Let's do 24. It's easy enough to check what I used on the first page. So I just go back, I go back to home, I click, it's Lato, normal, 24. So it was a 24 size. I go back. Okay. Now, what we want to do is click the Insert button. We want to insert a text box, and now we want to write read. We want to type read and reflect number 1, and I go to my syllabus and the article. The first week I'm not giving much choice. I'm asking you to actually read specific pages, so specific articles. So this is by King Sears. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to get rid of the number 1. I'm going to ensure I am Lato, normal, and this time it can be a 12. Anything that's in these text boxes can be just a regular 12 size font, which is standard reading. And then I'm going to write my review of the article per the syllabus. Okay. I'm going to add another text box for read and reflect number 2. And go back to the syllabus. Whoops, go back to the syllabus. And I'm asked to read Leslie Kolb, an ebook, chapters 1 and 8. Again, make sure it's Lato. That's the only problem, I think, is that you gotta just keep changing everything. Okay. So what I'd like you to do at this point is to, oops. Just give me a second. Oh, gosh, okay. Give me a second. Oh. Is to refer to this page. Gosh darn it. Refer to the video that I have in Blackboard for you in terms of what the final result is going to look like, so that I'm not repeating this. Okay, so this is exactly what I just made for you. All right, so let's go back. So we see that we have 2 pages created thus far. Okay, so when we want a new page, we're going to click Pages. We're going to click the plus sign. We're going to type in the new page. So this is week 2, podcasting. Done. Again. As I said, this is, I think, the pain of it all. 24 is going to be the heading. And I insert text box, read and reflect. Number 4, I believe we're at. Yeah, 4. And in this instance, for read and reflect number 4, which is week 2, you have a couple of choices to read. You can read the article by Anderson, the article by Chavez-Uste, or Van Utrecht. So I decided I want to read, well, it doesn't matter, but Anderson, for example. Paste, copy and paste it in. Make sure my font is consistent. And then I write my, my information here, my reflection here about the article. For starting with week 2 podcasting, now you have a HOT assignment, as they call it. I just abbreviated HOT, HOT, hands-on technology. So we're going to create another text box and type in HOT number 1. And HOT number 1 is create a script, which will be explained, just not right at this exact moment, but create a script, a podcast, and a student assignment for this week. So I'm trying to show you where they would all be located. So, oops. So again, Lato, normal, 12 size font. All right. So that's the basic way that we're going to create this website. And what I want you to notice now is that we have down the side, vertical down the side, we have our home page. We have week number 1, instructional, it should say instructional technology, inclusion in the future. And we have podcasting for week number 2. Now you can add color, pictures, you can do, you can design this as you see fit for the educational, academic setting. Your website will eventually look like this. Home, instructional technology that we just created, podcasting, comics, game-based learning, screencasting, screen recording, and artificial intelligence. So those are all the topics that we'll be covering in the next 6 weeks. Okay, the last thing that you need to do, and this is very important, every single time that you use Google's site, the last thing that you need to do is to click the publish button, and you need to give your web address and name. The reason I just added the number 2 is because I already have a website that I created for this account that I just showed you. But I don't want you to get thrown here. The reason it says nyu.edu for me is because that's where I went and got my, I went for my master's and my doctoral degree. And that is where I have my Google, Google account set through. It's an institutional type of account. So don't let that throw you. But anyway, what you need to do is to say, who can view my site? You need to click the manage button. And what you want to say is that your published site, it's restricted, meaning only people with access can open with the link. At this point, this is what your, I would suggest that you do, or you could put it on public. Anybody, anyone on the internet can find and open what you're working on. I just think when we're working on a website, it's in the web design world, it's called a sandbox, and that we're playing in this sandbox, and we're playing and we're in the editing mode versus the final mode. But you can do whatever you want. If you want it public, that's fine. If you want it restricted, that's fine too. And go ahead and click done. Okay, and finally, go ahead and publish your website. I'm going to just cancel that because I have one here. So again, this is what the final version should look like. On the home page, the cover letter goes here. That's part of your keystone for this course. That's where it will go. You just create I'll go back here. I'll go back home. I'll show you home. You're just going to go ahead and create a text box, and this is for the cover letter. I'm just putting a placeholder here. All right, so that's how you would create that. So it's clicking on pages and the plus sign. It's using the text box. Those are your tools. And finally, the publish button. Don't forget the publish. If you want your navigation to be across the top, let me show you what that would look like. Basically, it looks like this. So notice the 3 lines that were next to my name called the hamburger are now disappeared because we've gone into a horizontal orientation, or if you wanted to, you could go back to a vertical orientation, and they are the subsequent pages are along this side. All right. Any questions? We could pick up. Happy to pick up with questions this Wednesday on the Zoom. Okay. Take care, everybody.